Why are there not more people talking about the sudden emptiness at Hyundai dealerships across America? Welcome back to Universal Insight. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The morning sun beats down on a Hyundai dealership in Ohio, casting long shadows across the pavement. But beneath the golden light something feels off. An uneasy stillness hangs in the air, hinting that all is not well. Where there should be rows of gleaming new Sonatas and Ioniqs, there are just empty spaces. The lot, once bustling with activity and anticipation, now sits eerily quiet, its emptiness impossible to ignore. A lone flyer tumbles across the lot, carried by the wind. It's a small, almost poetic detail, a reminder of the days when customers would crowd the lot, searching for their next family car. Inside, Dave, the sales manager, stands by the window, staring at the void outside. His face is etched with worry, his mind racing with questions he can't answer. The phone is silent. The usual Saturday buzz, the laughter, the negotiations, the ringing of the sales bell, is gone. The silence is deafening, a stark contrast to the energy that once filled these walls. This isn't just a slow day, it feels like the end of an era. The dealership, once a hub of community and commerce, now feels abandoned, as if time itself has paused. The cars aren't coming, not like they used to. Deliveries that were once routine have become rare, and each day the lot grows a little more barren. For decades, Hyundai was a symbol of value and reliability for American families. Generations grew up with these cars in their driveways, trusting the brand to get them where they needed to go. Now, the foundation is cracking, and the tremors are being felt everywhere. The uncertainty isn't just local, it's rippling through the entire auto industry, shaking the confidence of dealers and customers alike. The immediate cause? A sudden production halt that sent shockwaves through the supply chain. Factories have gone quiet, assembly lines have stopped, and the flow of new vehicles has dried up almost overnight. It's a stark contrast to just months ago when Hyundai celebrated its first American-made Genesis EV in Alabama. There was hope, excitement, and a sense that the future was electric. Now, production has stopped. The Genesis G80 electrified, once a symbol of progress, is gone from the line. The optimism of that ribbon-cutting ceremony feels like a distant memory. The EVs that were supposed to fill these lots are now ghosts, casualties of economic and political crossfire. Promises of a green revolution have been put on hold, leaving dealers and customers in limbo. For Dave and his team, inventory is dwindling, and there's no answer on when new cars will arrive. Each day brings more uncertainty, more questions, and fewer solutions. The empty lot is more than an inventory issue, it's a warning of what's to come. For this Ohio dealership and for the industry as a whole, the silence is a sign that change is here, and no one knows what the future will bring. The chaos began in Washington. The chaos began in Washington. The chaos began in Washington. In April 2025, the Trump administration imposed a 25% tariff on all imported cars, demanding automakers build in the US or pay the price. For Hyundai, reliant on global supply chains, the tariffs were a body blow. Importing popular models from Korea became prohibitively expensive overnight. Even US-assembled vehicles faced new hurdles, making operations costly and uncertain. Hyundai's swift response, halting Genesis EV production, signaled just how severe the crisis had become. Hyundai and Kia aren't just niche players in the auto industry, they're foundational brands that have become pillars of affordable transportation for millions of American families. Their vehicles are known for reliability, value, and accessibility, making them a go-to choice for first-time buyers, young families, and anyone seeking a dependable ride without breaking the bank. If these brands were to suddenly exit the US market, it would create a massive void that other automakers simply couldn't fill overnight. The loss would be felt not just in showrooms but across the entire automotive ecosystem, from suppliers to service centers. Industry analysts are sounding the alarm. Removing hundreds of thousands of affordable vehicles from the market could trigger a supply shock with far-reaching consequences. The ripple effects could disrupt pricing, inventory, and even employment in the sector. The affordable car segment, already shrinking due to rising production costs and shifting consumer preferences, would be gutted. For many, the dream of owning a new car could slip further out of reach. If Hyundai's and Kia's options vanish, buyers will be left with fewer choices and face even higher prices. The competition for remaining affordable models would intensify, putting additional pressure on consumers. The electric vehicle market would also take a hit, as Hyundai and Kia have been leaders in making EVs accessible. Their absence would hand even more power to Tesla and established legacy brands, reducing innovation and consumer choice. Ultimately, a Hyundai and Kia retreat would send shockwaves through both new and used car markets, driving up prices, straining family budgets, and making affordable mobility harder to find for everyone. The consequences go far beyond boardrooms. Decisions made in these rooms ripple outwards, affecting countless lives in ways that are often unseen and unacknowledged. If Hyundai leaves, car prices will spike, basic economics. The sudden scarcity of affordable vehicles will drive up demand, making it harder for average consumers to find reasonably priced options. The affordable vehicles working-class families rely on would become scarce and expensive. These families already struggling to make ends meet would face even greater financial pressure. This isn't just about new cars, it's about inflation and economic stability. Rising car prices contribute to overall inflation, affecting everything from groceries to housing. The dream of car ownership would slip further out of reach. For many, a car is not just a luxury but a necessity for commuting to work, taking kids to school, and running daily errands. Jobs are at stake too. The auto industry employs thousands of workers, from assembly line operators to engineers, all of whom depend on a stable market. Hyundai's Alabama plant supports thousands, plus suppliers and local businesses. The economic ecosystem around the plant is vast, including everything from parts suppliers to local diners. A cutback or closure would devastate the region. The loss of such a significant employer would lead to a cascade of economic hardships, from increased unemployment to reduced local spending. Dealerships across the country would close, affecting salespeople, mechanics, and communities. The ripple effect would be felt nationwide as local economies struggle to adapt. The very policies meant to protect American jobs could end up destroying them. The irony is stark and painful, as communities rally to save their livelihoods. The disconnect between political rhetoric and economic reality has never been clearer. As politicians debate, real people face the harsh consequences of these decisions. Hyundai's anxiety is shared across the industry. Automakers are paralyzed, caught between unpredictable policies and the immense cost of reconfiguring operations. Official statements are diplomatic, but the tension is obvious. Companies like Mercedes and Volkswagen admit they're flying blind. Even domestic automakers, though favored by policy, know a destabilized market hurts everyone. Less competition may offer short-term gains, but it stifles innovation and ultimately harms consumers. The Hyundai saga is a defining moment for the US auto industry. If Hyundai pulls back, expect higher prices, fewer choices, and a market that leaves average families behind. The promise of more American jobs rings hollow if policies end up shuttering factories. The broader market faces instability, and foreign companies may think twice about investing here. America risks becoming less dynamic, less competitive, and more isolated. The silence on that Ohio lot is a warning. We need to listen, before it's too late.